Welcome to Biology Presented. In this video, we are going to have a look at the classification of microorganisms, the general principles involved in classifying an organism, and how to name an organism based on the published set of rules, different types of nomenclature, and what is taxonomy, what are all the integral parts of taxonomy, and how the organism is classified in an order by following the taxonomical hierarchy. Let's get started. We all know that the living organisms are so diverse in nature. For example, if I'm taking a handful of soil, it contains more microorganisms than the whole human population on this earth. That is how the diversity is. So it is very important for us to classify an organism in order to get a deeper knowledge about them, in order to study their structures, functions and roles, and for each and every aspect. Now let's see how it all started, who first introduced classification. It was about 2000 years ago when an ancient Greek philosopher Aristotle started classifying organisms into two groups, animals and plants. He also subdivided them into different categories based on their habitat: land living or sea living or air dwelling organisms. Then came John Ray. He was a famous English naturalist. He classified the organism and started naming them with their description, which resulted in a lengthy name. He also started naming the organism by using the words from Latin language. He is the person who first coined the term species to denote the closely related organisms which are very similar in pattern. Then Carolus Linnaeus, who is also known as the father of taxonomy, classified the living organisms based on their structures. He proposed the science of taxonomy, basic rules of classification, and most importantly the binomial nomenclature system. How to name an organism with only two names instead of giving a lengthy name consisting of about 7 to 10 words. So this is the history of classification of living organisms. Now let's study about the taxonomy. What is taxonomy? What are the integral parts of taxonomy? First, if we take the word taxonomy, it is the combination of two Greek words, taxis and nomos. Taxis in Greek means arrangement and nomos in Greek means a law. So simply to put together the definition of taxonomy, taxonomy is the science of biological classification. It is orderly arranging the organisms of study into various groups of larger units, which is also known as a taxon. It consists of three major parts, namely classification, nomenclature and identification. Classification is nothing but arranging organisms into groups or taxa based on two criteria, which is mutual similarity. This method is known as phenetic or phenotypic classification. It mostly involves studying the similarities, morphological similarities of the organism. The second criteria to arrange is evolutionary relatedness, which is also known as phylogenetic or cladistic classification. This mainly involves studying the evolutionary relatedness of an organism like how different groups of organisms are similar in evolutionary traits. For example, if two organisms have a common or same ancestor, they are put together in a same group. The second part of taxonomy is nomenclature, that is naming an organism, assigning a name to an organism by following published rules. The third part is identification, which is nothing but the practical side of taxonomy by classifying them and identifying them. Now, this nomenclature, naming of the organisms, started very earlier when John Ray first introduced naming an organism by a lengthy name which is known as polynomial nomenclature. Back then, all the scientists and researchers were using that polynomial system of naming. But after studying its drawback, Carl Linnaeus decided to name the organisms with two simple names. The first one being the genus name and the second one indicating the organism, that is species name. There are several rules to be followed while naming an organism using binomial nomenclature. Let's look at them. For example, I am taking Homo sapien, which is the scientific name of human beings. Here, Homo is genus and sapien is species. We have to notice that here Homo is capitalized and sapien is written in lowercase. This is the rule we have to follow. We should not capitalize the species name. Then if we are writing a binomial name, we have to underline both the genus and the species separately. At the same time, if we are typing them in a laptop or a typewriter, we have to italicize the words. We have to italicize the names. We can also use the abbreviated form for genus. For example, Escherichia coli is commonly called as E. coli. It is written mostly as E. coli. In this case also, we should not mistakenly or unknowingly capitalize the first letter of the species name. These are all the set of rules that has to be remembered while writing a binomial name. Now, we shall talk about taxonomical levels of classification, that is taxonomical hierarchy. We know that based on several criteria, the classification is made, such as morphological traits, physiology, metabolism, ecology, and genetic analysis of an organism. So after studying all these things, an organism is classified in an orderly manner using several levels or ranks. These levels or the hierarchy can be made from a descending order to the ascending or from the ascending order to the descending order. So here are these levels of taxonomy, how the organisms are classified. The highest level of classification is phylum, kingdom, starting from the kingdom till the species. It can also be written starting from the species to the kingdom. One thing to remember here is, in case of plants, if we are classifying plants, we have to write division instead of phylum. Every other levels are same for both animals and plants. So these levels are kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, and species. The right side I have given the example for Homo sapiens, how we are classified in a taxonomical hierarchy. We belong to the kingdom animals, phylum Chordates, class Mammalia, order Primates, family Hominids, genus Homo, and our species name is Sapien. We are Homo sapiens. To explain it further, like this it goes. There are two major kingdoms, Animalia and Plantae. The kingdom Animalia includes animals and the Plantae includes plants. If we look into the kingdom Animalia, there are several phyla. I have taken two for example, phylum Chordata and phylum Arthropoda. Phylum Chordata includes the organisms which have a spinal cord. On the other hand, Arthropoda includes the organisms which have a crusty outer layer, like the outer shell which is crunchy in nature, for example crab, ants, etc. So further into the phylum Chordata, there are several classes. For instance, I have taken class Mammalia and Reptilia. Mammalia includes the organisms that are mammals, that have mammary glands. On the other hand, class Reptilia includes reptiles such as snakes, lizards, etc. Into class Mammalia, there are different orders. Here I have taken order Primata, which includes us the human beings, ape and monkeys, and another order Carnivora, which includes mostly the carnivorous animals. Into the order Carnivora, there are several families. Here, for example, I have taken two families, the family Felidae and the family Canidae. This family Felidae is the cat family, and the family Canidae includes the dog family. So, for our knowledge, we know that both the cat family and dog family are into different family, or put differently in family, but they have some similarities so that they are placed in a same order called Carnivora. So if we take the cat family into further specialization, we have genus Panthera and genus Felis. This genus Panthera is a wild cat family, and the genus Felis is a domesticated cats. So it's a very interesting fact to know that even cats and tigers belong to the same family, that is the family Felidae. The Panthera wild cats includes Panthera leo, which is lion, Panthera tigris, which is tiger, and Panthera pardus, which is the leopard. So this is how the taxonomical hierarchy is made. The deeper we dive into the specialization, we get a very similar organism is put together into a same group, and like that.